Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be concentrating on creating multiple forms and linking them together. So like here we have this single form here and we have data in it that we want to see the related data in another form. So we'll be able to click on it and then automatically open up the new form and have the related data in it. Then we can click on that information and then open up another form and find that related information in it. And that's what we'll be doing in today's video. And while you're here, if you do me a favor, would you hit the like button and also maybe subscribe so that you can have access to the upcoming videos? And even more importantly, give me a comment of what you thought of the video, questions that you might have, or improvements of how I could do it better, or even what I mean by improvements, not just the video quality and the narration, but with doing the things that I'm doing. Maybe you found better and easier ways to do things, and I'd sure appreciate the input. Anyway, onward and forward. So in this section, we're going to create three forms. It's going to be customer to customer location to orders, and then orders to order info. And the reason for that is that we can keep the correlation going between them. So we're going to create three different forms, 6 tables total, 3 are identical, and we're going to use the form wizard. It's just easier and quicker. So we're going to use customer list, and then we're going to choose customer location. There we go. Yeah, customer list to customer location, one to many, and then we'll choose tabular again for the formatting of it, and then we'll put up here, we'll put in and we'll just keep track of them this way. And we'll open it and just take a quick look at it. It's the same thing. It makes this look really stuffy and this really open. I'm gonna do some formatting on it real quick and then we'll come back and create the next form. Okay, so we have the first form, customer and locations. So as we navigate through there, the customer changes every time and all the locations are nicely underneath each one. So if a customer calls, we can do a lookup. We'll put that in a little bit later. It's very simple. You can say, hey Adam, which location are you ordering for today? They can give you the number or the city, address, zip, or whatever it is. You can click in there and then we'll be able to zoom on and continue that process really simply without having to navigate doubly up here with the list of customers and their locations. So it's a nice feature here that we can just go through and see this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create another table, and we're going to put this location table at the top as the primary, and then the orders for that location listed below. If you're not sure what I'm doing here, you'll see it. It'll all come together as we finish this up. So we're going to do customer location table as the primary, and then we're going to do order info as the child form or the subform. And it shows that customer location to orders. That's what we want. And we'll use tab, click next, and then we're going to put in B3, and hopefully I took out that space in the other one. I'm not sure if I did or not. And then we're going to put in, oops, I said B2, I meant to put B3. And the reason for that is that I want to list them in the order that I want them displayed. So B1, B2, B3 to B4, B4, before noon, and we'll finish that up. And there it is. And let me do some quick formatting on this and then we'll get right back to this. Okay, so here we go. We got our customer location and then all the orders. So as we flip through these, watch the city change and notice that the orders change equally. So we're going from Seattle to Fort Worth, and those are all related as we expect them to be. Okay, so we just formatted this up a little bit to make it easier to look at. So now what we're going to do is create our third and final form with 2 tables, and that's going to have order info at the top of it and the details in the lower section. So we're going to create this one right here. We're going to order info at the top, order details at the bottom. So we're going to create form wizard, and we choose order info, and then we'll details, next, and that's how we want it, one to many. We use tabbed, next. So we're going to do B5 and 6 here for these two. So B5 underscore B6 underscore. I know there's these technical people that are just cringing when I don't put FRM in them for forms and things like that. So then we'll just click finish. And there we go. So now for every order, those are all the items that they ordered for that particular order. Don't mean much to us now unless somehow we can relate these three forms together, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to format this up a little bit, and then we're going to go back and connect these together. Okay, so here's our order info up here, and here's all the products that were ordered with that order. So as we go through those, we can see that the order ID changes and the location changes. We got Glendale, New York, Houston, so on and so forth, and we can see all that information that's related to each other there. But there's no relationship between the first form and the second form. I'll be able to change the position of, yeah, there we go. So we have customer to location, then we have location to order, then we have order to details. But it doesn't matter because they're not linked. What customer I'm on art. We don't know. We'd have to search for art in here somehow, maybe just in the drop down box, but that actually would not do a search. That would just change the customer for that order, so that's not good. And then here we are in an order. So as we go through our orders, we can see the details of the order. So now what we want to do is we want to create a way that we can actually connect a particular location to a particular order to the details. So that's what we'll do now. And how we're going to do that, we're just going to create a little connect button. Check this out. Okay, so I'm in the design mode of my first form B1, customer list to customer locations. And I'm going to put a little button here into the form footer. Or, well, let's start there and then I'll show you something that's kind of cool. So we're going to go to form design, and there's a button. Plop that right in here in the footer of our subform because that's the one that we want to work with. Let's just give it a better name than that. We can say open order info, right? And so we can expand that out a little bit. Okay, now what we want to do is come over into the properties, into the event, and we're going to say on click because that's when it's going. We want it to trigger as we physically want to click it. Now there's a macro builder, and I'm not going to go into it, but there's an open form macro that you can use, and I have not been able to get that to work. I followed all the directions, and so this is some of the issues that I'm hoping that you can avoid. Is just, hey, you know, I played with that and it didn't work. I don't know what I'm missing, but I do know this works in Code Builder. So let's go into that, and that works, and it's efficient, and it's not any harder than doing pretty much an if statement in Excel. So we have a private sub command for the button, command 13, and what we're going to say, what we want to do when we click this button is do command open form, right? Okay, figured it out. I actually copied the wrong form. I put in B4 here. It's supposed to be B3 because I'm opening B1 to B2. B2 opens B3. So I think that that will work. I didn't do it. We're going to do this together. And we can save this also. Then we'll go into form view. And now if we click on New York, it's 7469. There's 7469 up there. And so that's all that was issues. I was having it open the wrong form. That's the whole ball game right there. So there we go. Now here's a cool thing, guys, is that let's go back to here. We're clicking on this down here. Now one of the things that we have to do is that we have to be in the record that we want to open. So we have to make sure we click in that, and it has that focus. See the little triangle there. So then when we open that, that's going to be, let's go down to a different one, 10719. 10719. We have to be in there. Now here's a cool little thing that you can do if you want. Design view, Let's say that you just want to have this associated with every record so that you don't have to be in the record. You're automatically in the record if you click this. So let's just arrange this a little bit. Let's go to the tallest, and then we'll align, and we'll say bottom. And take a look at this. So now we have a button for every order. Might be an overkill, but what it does is that if you're the person sitting there on the phone with the customer and they say, hey, I'm from Round Rock, I'd like to place an order, you can just come over and click on that, and boom, there's Round Rock, and that's as easy as it is. You don't have to click in and then click down. So again, navigation is really dependent upon your users and their likability of that. So there's what we can do there. Now we open it up, and now we've got the B1 and B2 associated with the B3. So now that we can click on an order, and we want to do the same thing. We want to be able to select an order and have it open up and have all the details. So we're going to do the same thing there. Okay, in this one, we're going to create a button that's going to open up our B5, our orders info form. That's going to have the matching order ID in it. Okay, we're in the second form here, B3, and we're going to open up B5. And we're going to open it up with a related record wherever we click from. So we're going to do this again. We're going to go into Design View, and we're going to drop a button right in the bottom area. Or again, we can put it next to the record itself. I kind of like that because that way you don't have to click in the record to get focus. You just click the button, it automatically gives it focus regardless. So we'll say open order details. So we can put that here. And then we're going to say on click over here in the properties. We're going to do a code builder. Now, here's something that was very interesting to me. If you see above there, there's a command for another button up there with a open form of B5. I want to show you something here, and this is why sometimes it's just amazing to me how things don't seem to work the way that I find on the internet or in the handbooks even, because I looked at the directions of how to do something and it told me specifically, and I did it and it did not work. And so I'm going to do it the same way that we did in the opening up the other form where we did it with a location ID. And it said to give us quotes including the equal sign, right? And then we're going to concatenate that with the form or the control that we want to have. Actually, it's a we could actually do a, maybe this is me, order ID, order ID, order ID. Maybe that's the reason why. We can try that. So we're going to open up the new form where order ID is the same as the order ID in the form that we're in, and that's the goal. So we can go ahead and save it, and we'll flip over to it, save the form, and I just ran into a snag where it didn't save my database for some reason. Everything froze, so I'm saving the database too to make sure I don't, if it does it again, I don't lose any updates. So let's go into the form view. There's our button, here's our record, and let's click, and this is what happens. I just don't understand it, is that it comes up, and this is actually the first part of the order. For some reason it's not taking the, it's only taking the first two values in the order ID and then just saying, hey, I don't understand what the rest of this is. And you can see what it does here, and it's virtually the same code is here. See, location ID in quotes, concatenate it with location ID. Now you can say, well, you have it different there. Yeah, because I knew that was going to happen, so I tried something different, but let me back out of this. And so we have it virtually the same, right? The table name in quotes, 3 commas, location ID equals, and we concatenate it with location ID. So we come over here, we have the form name, order ID, in quotes, including the equal sign, concatenate it with order ID. And for whatever reason, it keeps coming up with the fact that, hey, guess what? We don't like that. But truth be told, I did some creative things to try and get around this so that I could get the order ID. And what happened is it produced this code for me. And so that's what I use, and it's very interesting. It has the brackets around it, and it concatenates it with a null value. And I don't get that either. I'll have to look it up at some point, but just know that these types of things do happen. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to replace it here. Okay. And save it, of course. Then we'll plop over to here, and we'll save this. I'm going to save the database again. So now I'm up in, now this is order ID 3982, and I'm going to open it. There's order number 3982. It works with that uniqueness. And we can double check it. We can go to another order. Oops, what happened here? Oh, we're focused here. Okay. See how that worked? And then before we did this, we were being able to scroll through all of our records. And so here's Lorain, Ohio, and we'll open up that one, and then we'll open up the order details, and there we are. It works real well. Now, as I said before, we can go ahead and put this up here, and to some degree it is more convenient. So, but just so we can see in two different places, we have it here with each of the orders. It repeats itself with every record. Here we just click in the field we want, and boom, off, and we're running. So now just we're going to go back, and now the idea, so now we can see how you can get these different forms to attach to each other, even though they're not, like, in a sense built in the form wizard where you automatically behind the scenes create the link between the two forms. All right. So now you've seen how you can link the different forms together based on their content. And remember that for this to work, you have to be in the record that you want to connect with. So if I want this record, I have to be in that record. Remember, if I click over here, even though I'm there, now watch this, this will be interesting. Do I get New York or do I get San Francisco? I get New York because that's where I clicked. That's where the focus was. It says take the record from which you exited from. And the same thing here is that you're down here, you're going to open that, and you're going to get the related information. So, all right, guys, that's it for part 3. In part 4, we're going to be looking at navigation controls, making the cursor go where you want, tab stops, go to controls, save data automatically so you don't lose it or it connects correctly, and then creating auto numbers. And again, just a reminder, if you got this far in the video, I sure appreciate it. I hope it was valuable to you. If you'd hit the like button and or the subscribe button, and even more importantly, leave me a comment in regards to the quality of the video, the content of the video, and how to do things better, or questions that you might have in upcoming projects that you're going to be working on. Anyway, I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.